Welcome, one and all, to another episode of The Daily Bullshit. It has been a pretty long time since I have done another episode for The Daily Bullshit. I figured there's just too much of it and can't even keep up on the daily with all the daily bullshit. So I wanted to take some time out of my quarantined ass day to make another episode about the world falling apart. As you can see, I'm isolating and social distancing here in the comfort of my room, which, as you can see, is fucking spotless. Which is, in itself, the truest sign of the apocalypse that I have seen so far. It is usually a mess in this biatch, which is kind of how I like it, honestly. But I'm ready to roll with my fucking DJ controller. Shout out to Danon. But enough with the small talk bullshit, and let's get right into the daily bullshit. So, wanted to bring you another episode while you're in quarantine, in bed with a honey bunny, playing with your puppy, partying like it's the end of the world, or wherever the hell else you may happen to be. Bringing you all an exclusive inside look into this global pandemic that we can now all call our new reality, aka the New World Order. They've been preparing about this for a very long time, and it seems like they've played their cards out. And once again, just like in any other crisis or tragedy or pandemic, I should say most people in the USA are weak and powerless and clueless and don't know who to believe, what to do, as per usual. But this is all by design. They've been preparing us all for years with all their false flags. Now, nobody really knows if it's a real threat. And, the USA is saying, oh, go outside, don't wear a mask. Go to work, don't go to work. Some people should, some people don't. Either way, it's spreading. And some people have even gone as so far as to doing the Corona Virus challenge. I don't know if you've heard about it, you can look it up. It's a fucking challenge of dipshits that are literally licking doorknobs, licking toilet seats, and I guess challenging themselves to who can get the coronavirus quickest or who can infect the most people. I don't know how their challenge works. It's astounding the level of ignorance and stupidity that so many people here have. But obviously the government is using that ignorance against them, as always. They know very well that most of the public, or some of the public, half the public won't believe that this is as serious as it is. Some people won't believe the facts, they won't believe the scientists, so half the country is going around as per usual, pretending like it's no big deal, like it's just another false flag. It's really just like the country who cried wolf. It's all these false flags have really screwed us over the most. A little bit of misinformation and false fears, and now all of a sudden the real fucking crisis, the real global pandemic is here, and half the people are walking around like it's totally fucking fine. And like I said, most people don't believe it, they don't take precautions, they just go around acting like it's no big deal. They're partying on fucking Florida, giving each other all a bunch of fucking viruses, and it's ridiculous. But, that's what happens when you don't have as quick of a response time and as aggressive as quarantining strategies as China has had. Look over there. Look over there at communist China that you guys have all been talking so much shit about how their government is so much worse than ours, and yet their government is doing more to protect their fucking citizens in the time that they need them the most. Whereas over here, there's no testing, there's no fucking universal health care. You still have to pay $1 million to get any kind of testing or medical attention as any other disease or surgery or anything else you need from the fucking complicit doctors in this virus who could have been taking precautions to try to flatten the blow, but they're just letting it happen. So, you can go ahead and call China whatever you want, but just remember what your government did when you were in danger. We're all in danger now. Who knows who has it? Nobody knows in the USA because they don't even have a fucking test kits for it like China does. We've been so far behind. And this is it. I've been talking about for years how so many people don't have enough of a realistic opinion on their own government. They trusted and had too much faith and optimism in a broken system that's been broken for... It's basically always been a broken system. I mean, it was founded on fucking genocide and enslavement. That's exactly what this was founded on. And, after years and years and years of perpetual war and war crimes worldwide, they've been so accustomed to getting away with murder. That's the U.S. way. That's the American dream. It's imperialism. It's colonialism. And it's gone too far this time. It's gone too fucking far this time. Italy and Spain have been on lockdown. They've even had a quicker response. I think China has had the quickest response so far. And we've been slacking. I mean, our government has done nothing to try to soften the blow. They've done nothing to try to help its citizens so far. Who knows how many people actually have it here, and even though some people still thinks it's a hoax or a false flag or a joke or a conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it, it's fucking here. And those numbers are going to go up. We're just a week or two behind Italy and Spain. And they've even had a more aggressive approach as to protecting their citizens. So you can go ahead and look up to them and their government. Although it looks like now we're all going to have a global breakdown. There's going to be a lot of people dying, going bankrupt. A lot of businesses are going out. Other than, of course, the elites and their bankers and all the other people that's the only thing. The major corporations and fucking banks are getting bailed out while we're all dying for it, even though our taxpayer money has, more than funded that. But we don't have a vote on where our taxpayer money goes. So, of course, it goes all to the military. And, they've spent hundreds of thousands and millions on fucking biohazard warfare. So here's a fucking good look at where our taxpayer money has gone for who knows how long now. I mean, this is the kind of shit that our taxpayer money has gone towards. It's biohazard, biological warfare, and bioweapons. It's SARS with the gain of function, which is airborne with fucking HIV. And here we are. They're telling us to just stay indoors and feel free to go around if you want in the USA. There's also a substantial amount of obese Americans and incarcerated people in America, which is also going to have a profound impact, unfortunately. But this is just this is the result of capitalism. It's survival of the richest. And if you aren't in the fucking NBA, or you're not in a fucking movie like Tom Hanks, or if you don't have a fucking Maserati outside, or if you're not part of the 1%, I have news for you, my friend. You are not in the club. You are fucking on your own, just like the rest of us. And if there is any chance that we have to fucking survive this, it's going to be fighting for the people. It's going to be all for one, one for all. It's none of this fucking social distancing and being divided and conquered anymore. This is fucking survival mode now. And you need to wake the fuck up. It's not going to happen if you're going to be hoarding toilet paper and fighting over it in fucking Walmart while the world is dying. Okay? So this is the only chance. There's no more. The voting, the elections, the fucking trying to get congressmen to care about our healthcare, that shit is done. That is done. It never worked, obviously, because guess what? We don't still fucking have healthcare. And we're still spending more money on fucking needless war crimes and fucking imperialism instead of our own healthcare and our well-being and our education and our infrastructure. And now all of a sudden it's a fucking problem, isn't it? Now all of a sudden it's a fucking real big problem. I've been saying for years how this could be money that could help us and benefit us instead of just bombing the people all over the planet who have oil. So it's a big fucking club and you're not in it. Just as George Carlin has put it so many decades ago. He called that bullshit out such a long time ago. And for too long, there's been too many people just going through the motions, going through the system, believing their vote matters, believing their, it's believing in their broken system. This is a fucking result of too many people not liking to talk about politics, okay? This is a result of people that have been silent and complicit throughout all of the fucking crimes against humanity and war crimes that the USA has committed throughout the existence of this country since 1776. Yes, it is a global problem. Yes, it was probably globalist oligarchs, the rich 1% of the whole of all countries, because they've been manipulating and putting the rest of the world at risk for too long. There's like 8 billionaires, 8 globalist oligarchs that have more wealth than like 50% of the entire world's population. And I don't care if you don't fucking believe me at this point. I know that there's scientists out there who aren't believed either, okay? I know that there's doctors out there who aren't believed either. I mean, nobody knows who to believe, and that's all by fucking design. So you could take my word for it, or you could fucking leave it. It makes no difference to me. I just think that it might be a good idea to fucking ditch the whole government. Don't even try to get help from them. We need to help each other right now. We need to get your fucking head in the game. Get your head in the game, okay? We need to start trying to fucking find testing. We need to try to find some kind of common solution because we all have a real big common problem now, and the government is not going to do shit to help us. They won't even have a quick response time. Anyways, there's a lot of great media coverage that's been going on. Just wanted to list off a couple of great people that have been doing other great reporting other than myself, which includes James Corbett of the James Corbett Report. That's Corbett with 2 T's at the end. He is always on point, always sharp as a knife. He has a bunch of great documentaries, and I encourage you to watch all of them. I definitely encourage you all to look at or listen to his new podcast on the Propaganda Report with Monica Perez via Spotify. He is going through the list of possibilities that could happen, which I think is very crazy, scary, informative, and intellectual all at once. But basically, it's like, he's saying how the globalist oligarchs are going to benefit from this one way or the other. It's like, how can we protect our ivory towers and all of our riches and wealth and accumulation while the world dies, since the economy was inevitably going to die and crash just as the stock market is right now. So they're saving their own skins. And, you know, it's, you know, there's a phrase, eat the rich, okay? And that is a phrase for a good reason. It's because if not, they're going to go around doing shit like this. And now we're all fucking stuck in quarantine because of these fucking globalist oligarchs who once again are just trying to save themselves at the expense of the rest of the fucking planet. So whether it's climate change or coronavirus, something horrible like this is inevitably going to happen. And who knows what's going to happen down the line now. Only time will tell. There's a lot of people that have a million different ideas on time spans of and timelines of how long this is going to last. Who fucking knows? All I'm saying is the only chance we have is to fucking fight once for each other and stop being divided and conquered so easily. Also, Cenk Uyger, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Cenk Uyger of the Turk Show. You know what I'm fucking talking about. He was on Politicking with Larry King. I was actually pretty happy to hear what he had to say, and he has the kind of level of not only outrage as well as concern that we should all be having. He's also very disappointed in the lack of response and seriousness that this government has taken to protect the American people, which it's not doing at fucking all. It's neglect. There's going to be more people that die of neglect in the USA than anything else, regardless of how fucking American you think that you are, or however patriotic you claim to be. It's an ideology that should have been fucking wiped out a long time ago. And here we are. This is the result of American capitalism. This is the result of capitalism. It's survival of the richest. So I just love how Larry King asked him, he's like, do you think Trump is stupid? And it's like, first of all, it's you got to be stupid just to have asked a question as stupid as that. And of course, Cenk replied that of fucking course he is. He always has shown to think stupid things and say stupid things. I mean, that's what stupid fucking people do. He's not a good businessman, okay? Good businessmen do not have fucking bankruptcies and lawsuits out the ass. I mean, it's okay. So we all know that he's an idiot and he's not a good businessman if you're not an idiot yourself. On to the next one. Dr. Francis Boyle has had a couple of incredible interviews. He's an author that has studied biological warfare and biological weapons for a very long time. He wrote a book on it titled Biowarfare Terrorism. It's definitely another amazing book. You can check out some of his new interviews that have surfaced over the past couple of weeks on YouTube. And another just great book to read in our time of quarantining and quarantining is The American Exceptionalism and American Innocence by authors Danny Haiphong and Roberto Servent. It's one of the most important books and pieces of literature of our generation, especially if you live in America. It is covering all of the just injustices and war crimes and crimes against the humanity that have all been justified by the ideology of American exceptionalism and American innocence. And that's part of why we're fucking here today, is because people have gone on for too long saying, oh, it's not too bad, it could always be worse, while they're slowly taking away our rights and our resources, while they're spending it on themselves and fucking robbing the treasury blind in broad daylight and not doing anything to help us. And so that's a great book. It's a page turner. I'm just about 80 pages in already, but it's amazing, and I've listened to a lot of his podcasts and interviews. Danny Haiphong, that's Haiphong, and Roberto Sirvent, which is Sirvent. Got the copy of it right here. Fucking incredible piece of literature. It's basically my Bible, and I read it every day, and I suggest that all of you do too. You have more than enough time to do it now, so order it off of Amazon while you still can. Anyways, I just wanted to check in and give you an exclusive insider on this global fucking pandemic that we're all facing now. So just wanted to sound off and sign in, check up, and hope you guys are all staying safe out there and staying indoors. Stop fucking partying. Stop fucking going off into the goddamn beaches and festivals and concerts. Like, it's over. It's done. You need to fucking get your ass home if you want to fucking survive and try to work together. At least we have the internet now. In the Great Depression, they didn't have any means of being able to communicate this efficiently. So hopefully we can get some answers on testing and what we can do to battle this fucking horrendous biological weapon that is SARS with gain of function that is airborne. So put your fucking masks on. I've got mine right here. I ordered a couple of more. Stay indoors, social distance like you have been for years, and let's fucking survive this bitch. Let's survive this bitch, okay?
Let's survive this bitch, okay?
Fuck this. Hopefully, at least maybe the only positive thing is that this whole economy and empire is destroyed, which could lead to a new world order, which would also be scary, but at least maybe we could all just focus on the common ground, which we all have, which is that we're all human, and fucking you should feel like a human and stop being an inhumane capitalist hoarder of resources and money. So let's try to fucking survive this together, or we're gonna all fucking perish together. Best of luck. Best of luck.